You were looking at Sam Hernandez, the fullback defensive end for the Las Vegas Sting, who has been such an important reason in their. They've won 2 straight games. Steve Physiak along with Rick Walker, and that was a tough loss that they saw. Here's a guy who does a lot of blocking, does some outstanding running, and is a great defender, and he's gone for the rest of the year.
They had him in the game plan tonight to play fullback, to play guard, linebacker, and defensive end. So you can imagine the magnitude of his loss, but yet and still, Molander and the rest of this offense is somewhat made up for it, and they played a heck of a first half.
The Sting have a 3-point lead. Let's go inside the locker room where Babe Parilli's talking with his quarterback.
We should be able to hit in front of them. Okay, we got all that good stuff in front now.
Right here. Phosphorus.
I like that.
86. Yes, that corner's starting to look inside.
Fine.
On trips.
86 is excellent. Yeah. Now you got to watch the guy over the top. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Just hold him.
86. See what we can run. You got your special. Should be a great play there.
Out of
trips.
Out of trips.
You know your regular special.
86.
Corner, stay backside. Safety too. Both of them took on 86. They took you? We ran. I know you got it right. The corner was waiting underneath. And the safety was over the top. They had double team on that. Okay. We went on a 2.
So that means that your special should be great with the H coming down the middle. See, if they're both going with him.
Well, no. If they're both going with him,
okay.
He'd either have the out or the S at the sideline.
Out or the S.
Yeah.
Somebody was open on that.
Yeah.
You got to change up something.
And Rick, it appears that Adrian Gerald joined the conversation and said, you know, they're picking me up double where both the corner and the safety are rolling over to my side.
And they are. And the thing about it, for Babe Parilli, an old all-star quarterback, he gets a chance to talk to Scooter Molander, who's playing his best football of his life, and they're in a dogfight. They're here in Charlotte, and what the Rage have been able to do is put a lot of pressure on Molander. So they've had to make adjustments, one with Hernandez's absence, two, a defense that has somewhat surprised them. And so far, they've done a pretty good job at it.
Well, Scooter Molander was the most valuable player this past week in the Arena Football League after throwing for 361 yards. He has only thrown for 86 in the first half, but 2 were touchdowns. Has not been picked off. Kelly 113, but 1, and the 1 pick is the 3-point difference at the halftime.
And fortunately, they were able to negate that from being a touchdown. What Kelly has done has been inconsistent, but you know what? He's shown some flashes of brilliance as he was able to find Junior on a touchdown. He's been somewhat poised. A couple of balls have been high and away, but overall, I think they're pretty pleased with what has happened so far. Here we take a look at the wide receiver challenge.
Gerald with 6 catches for 45 yards, and Langley 4 for 33. Each have a touchdown, but with Kevin Pratt, they have a double bomb on that Charlotte side.
Don't forget Billy Owens, because Billy Owens is a guy with great skills. He's shown a little bit of that on returns.
All right, we're at the half where it's 29-26, Las Vegas over Charlotte. We'll come back with the third quarter kickoff right after this.
You frozen yet?
Just the surface. You?
A little soft in the middle.
We're cracking up back here, boss. I'm frozen first. I'm frozen down in front.
Again!
Anything but Coca-Cola and we melt.
I love it. Give me that Coca-Cola.
Hey, nice ceiling fan.
That's Coca-Cola!
Ooh, that's it.
I'm just gonna float around and soak this up for a while.
Delicious.
People think I catch the ball with my hand. But I don't. I catch the ball with my feet. My feet get me to the ball. The folks at the Athlete's Foot are trained to fit you properly, so you get more speed, body control, and perform better. I train in these new Nike Turf trainers because without my feet, my hands would be out of a job. Nobody knows the Athlete's Foot like the Athlete's Foot.
Las Vegas on a 45-yard field goal from Ian Howfield to end the first half has a 29-26 lead on the Charlotte Rage, although Las Vegas will not have that man in the second half or the rest of this year. Sam Hernandez tore his MCL early in the game. The Sting offensive defensive lineman and also their fullback. He's moving from the line to the fullback where he's picking up the blockers, where he was running well and has been such a key reason why Las Vegas has won their last 2 games.
It is tough, you know, and what he has ahead of him is a year of rehabilitation, a lot of work. Players come back now. remarkably well, but it takes a solid 6 months, you know, and a great effort. And Hernandez he's the kind of guy you know will get inside the weight room and he'll work with in the rehab and he'll recover from it.
He's a tremendous football player at Sonoma State, where he was the Northern California Athletic League most valuable player as a defensive end, had 14 sacks to lead the league.
As you mentioned early on, for a defensive lineman to actually be running the football at the fullback spot, that's just a thrill, you know, to be on national television, you're running the ball, and then you have an unfortunate injury.
Howfield, a line drive kick. Billy Owens kicks it off his knee, now picks it up past the 5 and stopped at the, oh, spins out. He's down the sideline, and Billy Owens out of bounds near midfield.
Billy Owens wants to go to the playoffs. That's the kind of effort it takes. Special teams has been a huge factor thus far in this game.
He had 2 catches for 22 yards in the first half, but it was his kickoff returns which really gave the Rage great field position.
And you watch Billy, you think he's down and you try to reverse field. You don't see a lot of players reverse field in arena football. Such a short dimension, but he's able to do it. A long, lanky guy, but he has some quick.
Tight end, raise your hand.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. So Kelly has great field position to work with. And Andy will hand up to David Smith, who is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard.
Boy, Mike Coates would have nothing to do with that dive. There's Steve Clark. Man, Houston Cougar. You got to credit that to Mike Coates. Coates was the Terminator on that play.
He's a blitzing linebacker who had to take the place of Kevin Carroll, who will not start this second half, but is in the sideline in their substitution role. Second down, Kelly with all kinds of time. Now the pressure comes. Oh, Billy Owens was hit. They'll rule it incomplete. He never had the football.
Boy, Maton comes in. He brings a sledgehammer. That's the kind of hit I was trying to diagram in the first half. He was somewhat tentative the first time. This time, he brought the mallet. And that's going against Owens, who's a big receiver. 6'4" receiver. Now watch Owens. Owens does the proper thing. Always get in the vision of your quarterback. And there's the collision. Boy, that is nice. Can we get one more look at this, Michael? As you watch, Kelly, he's showing some poise now. On the hustle, throws a nice ball. It is there, and bam. So is the Rydell helmet collision, and there goes the football.
3rd down, 10. Kelly almost sacked, now spins away, but Clark will put him after it, and Kelly throws it away. So it's 4th down, and a field goal attempt will come to try and tie this game by Charlotte.
Good effort, though, by Kelly. Kelly has already matured just in the first half.
Charlotte,
he made a play.
Charlotte has lost 4 games in a row after starting 5-2 and leading the National Conference East. They lost to Albany, twice to San Jose, and last week to St. Louis. Big reason why Michael Proctor, their quarterback in the first 7 games, out with a torn rotator cuff.
Look at the last win was on June 20th when they beat Arizona 52-50.
A 43-yard attempt by Brennan. He hits it off the left side. Mazone will bring it back. Oh, and he is collared at the 10-yard line. That almost looked like steer wrestling at the rodeo.
Well, they wanted some payback. You know, here's a guy who had come in and made a big hit on Billy Owens. So, you know, your teammates, I like to see that. You know, teammates say, I've got your back. Eaton comes down with the big hit as Anthony Brenner missed the field goal. It would have been a nice move for him. He missed a PAT earlier to come back on it. Vegas now has a real good chance to move ahead in this football game with authority.
Yeah, that was a big defensive stop.
Go ahead.
Molander back to throw. Scooter throwing right, but incomplete to Daryl Tillman, who was well covered by defensive back Pierre Hickson. Pierre was the guy who had to fill the shoes of a talented cornerback with the name of Riley Ware, who went to St. Louis and then recently cut.
Yeah, one of the best pure cover guys in arena football. And it's surprising that Riley is not in the game as we speak. Hickson now has 3 interceptions, 4 interceptions on the year, and he's 3rd on the team in tackles, so a very active player.
Now Pierre Hickson will move off the left side and pick up the slot man, Daryl Tillman. Molander was looking deep, and then he was sacked. Big play by Scott Miller.
Boy, Miller's back. Big Rutgers man. Comes through and makes it happen. That was a combination sack. Nobody was open, and the pressure was there. And that's what you like to see. Now we get a little bird's eye view on this. Watch right up the center. But I love to see nose tackles that get good pressure. And man, it was just Kevin Carroll couldn't block it.
91 reps.
So now on 3rd down and 17. Let's see what Molander does if he brings in his tall receivers. Yes, he will. He'll have Jai Hill at 6'3" off to the right side. Let's see if they go to Jai's way. Nope, they're going to go to Gerald, and they will not get the first down. They went back at the 3-step drop because Molander was getting so much pressure.
Yeah, it's just a very nice defensive series. They come in with pressure. They changed up, switch twice from zone to man, and you force the kick. Now, unfortunately, the guy that's coming in to kick it has kicked a 61-yarder and has the Arena Football League record. In most cases, this is an exchange. In this, it could be points for the stand.
It is a 54-yard field goal attempt on 4th down and 8 by Ian Howfield. College football at Tennessee hammers it. It is plenty long enough, and it will be off to the right side, taken by Billy Owens. Owens has the right sideline. Oh, and grabbing him by the collar was Kevin Carroll.
Well, he showed his
speed.
Carroll showed his speed on that play. Boy, Owens has some clean room. Here's a guy 272 pounds out of Knoxville. He's winded right now, but he deserves a cool drink of water on that one.
It's Las Vegas 29 and Charlotte 26. North Carolina, home of the NFL Panthers and the AFL Charlotte Rage, who are struggling to gain a victory and still stay alive in the Arena Football League playoff chase. Andy Kelly on 1st down goes to Langley. Langley's open. He will score.
You believe that? Man, do you believe those moves? Take off your cap. Andre, you deserve to take a bow, pal. Talk about doing it all on your own. The offensive line has some cut blocks up front and work. This is simple, folks. This is basic throw and catch 101. And now this, you don't coach. You don't teach it. This is Joe Washington, the throwback of the past. Old Silver Shoes out of Oklahoma. Andre Langley out of Pitt shows you some flashback moves. Boy, that's a great finish.
Rodney Mason is still picking up his shoes that he was shaken out of.
Not all he lost was his shoes, Betty.
Anthony Brenner will go for the point after touchdown. All of a sudden, Charlotte has their biggest lead of this game, 33-29, as Andre Langley has scored his 2nd touchdown of the game on this beautiful 30-yard run and catch. It has a 33-29 lead on Las Vegas, 8.5 to play in the 3rd quarter, and this Sunday night on ESPN, it's the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. That means you'll see stars like Mo Vaughn and Roberto Alomar. Sox and Jays, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 on the West Coast. John Miller and Joe Morgan will bring you the play-by-play.
Wakefield throwing those knucklers. Have you had a chance to call one of those games?
Well, I get to see Tom Candiotti a lot with the Dodgers.
That's right, with the Dodgers.
Wakefield, I've only seen him one time, and he has a nasty one. Mazon off the Nets. Mazon right back at you out to the 15-yard line.
Oh, we got a slugfest. The special teams has played a prominent role in this ball game, from returns and kicks, the long ones. I mean, it's got it all.
It's a tough little guy. Helps Johnny Eaton at 290 pounds to his feet and pops off the field. 1st and 10. Now it's Scooter Molander's turn to try and rally his club from 4 points down with 8:15 to play in this 3rd quarter. Molander going to Gerald. Gerald with his 7th catch, and he gets the 1st down.
They talked about this arrangement at halftime. Molander and Gerald, and some of the things they wanted to do. They talked about trying to get him involved in the post route. I also wouldn't be surprised if you see a hitch and go come up in this half.
Check that. That was Gerald's 8th catch of this game. I said he had just 7. He is having another marvelous campaign after 5 catches last week for 159 yards and 4 scores.
Not shabby in 4 weeks of action.
So they go to Tillman, and they're going with those quick passes, only 4 to 5, 6 yards, but they're moving it downfield.
Great pursuit, defensive pursuit by the Charlotte Rage. You know, they get people over in the area of the ball real well. But I've looked for now some form of throwback or gadget play to take advantage of that pursuit.
Well, Babe Parilli says his quarterback, Scooter Molander, has really grown in the last few weeks. Grown in the sense of not making mistakes in this game. He's learned the game after being replaced by Tom Forrest last year. He's kind of a Bart Starr type quarterback. Really a bright fellow, and he throws complete for a first down at the 10-yard line.
As evident by his touchdown interception ratio. I mean, this kid is we watched him really grow as a quarterback in just 1 year. You know, some guys it takes 4 or 5 years to catch on. The light is on with Molander, and he's at the peak right now of his football career.
Well, in his offseason, Rick, he is a high school coach and also a personalized quarterback coach, training at different high schools in the Phoenix area. And if you want Scooter to coach you, just call any of your local Phoenix high schools and ask them about the program. Molander rolling right side, throwing, and it is tipped and into the end zone, intended for Jai Hill.
Mike Lindsey might have got a hand on that one. And that's zone at its best. When you catch a defense in the zone coverage and you watch it for the break and you get hands up, Langley, that is a great play by Chad Lindsey. He gets his hand up, and that's what you coach. You coach in throwing lanes to get arms, fingers, toes, anything you can to obstruct the course of a football. A little play like that, a simple play like that, could be the play of the game. That Chad's a stud, too. He really is. Great two-way player.
They need 3 more stops. Jai Hill open momentarily, then the defense closed it up, and Molander was hit as he threw the football, and a flag went flying. And usually in that area, it means it's offensive holding.
Yeah, for protection too, Scooter. Just for your protection.
No. It's against the defense.
Wow.
Was the Jill out of the box?
Had to be.
Now, usually when the quarterback rolls out, that means the Jill can come.
Yeah, if he gets out of the pocket. Let's see, maybe it happens.
Illegal defense. Mac linebacker rushed outside, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Yeah, went outside of his course, so he's not allowed to do that. What he's got to do is maintain a balance and cannot go outside the outside shoulder of where the defensive end might have been.
That was a tough call because he was trying to come inside. Then the blocking went inside, so he had to go out.
But it's a rule that makes arena football unique. And that's why I like it. I mean,
if not, it would be the offense.
Yes, it does.
From the 5-yard line, Molander, end zone, Hill. No. Great coverage by Billy Owens.
Boy, Billy gambled on that one. You like to see your corners get back and find the football so that they can take an offensive posture on it. He didn't, but again, that tall frame, Billy at 6'3", was able to make a play. You'll get a chance to watch Owens again. Molander, you know where he's going. You can see his eyes. Puts the ball right up on the arc, and there's Billy O. Nice play.
Second down, goal to go, 5-yard line. Las Vegas down by 4. Tillman, he caught it at his knees, juggled it, and was still able to hold onto the football. I believe they'll mark it near the 2.5, between the 1 and 2-yard line.
Boy, the young man out of Southern Mississippi showed you something there. A lot of guys bobble those balls and never bring them in. He has 3 members of the Rage all around him, but he makes the play.
3 wide change. S cross vertical. Toss left to S at 9. On set go. Set go. Ready?
What's going on there?
Well, they're going to mix some things up. He's giving some line charges in direction that they want to be able to get Big Earl Bell on the strong side.
Set go.
Hill. Lindsey was there. Pierre Hickson was there. And so too number 20, Reggie Robinson.
Boy, Lindsey, young man out of Cincinnati. You know, he was all academic player at Cincinnati. And what he does now is shows some smarts. And he also shows that he can bring the sledgehammer. West, great pursuit. See, he never let the offense get on his outside shoulder. He kept that good relationship. You know, his nickname, he called him Foots. Lindsey's about 6'1", he's about 190, but he wears a 14. I mean, I could trade shoes with Lindsey.
Hey, it is 4th down and goal to go, and they are going for it on the 1-yard line. Molander trying to get his way in. He dives. He's in. Touchdown.
Oh, boy. It's all desired. It's a big call, especially when you have a guy that kicks field goals for you. It's a bullseye. You guaranteed pretty much a 3. Boy, K is ripped. That's a chance the defense has to really control its own destiny. Make a play. And you watch your quarterback lower, see the leg drive. A lot of quarterbacks are stopped on contact, not Molander. See, he picked up yardage upon contact. That's just not supposed to happen.
Outfield kicks it perfect. And once again, staying in front in this game. Scooter Molander taking it himself and diving in to give Las Vegas the lead.
I really get a pump jumping out of balloons with bungee cords on or riding a motorcycle at 100 miles an hour with my head tucked over the handlebars, not being able to see anything. That is definitely an adrenaline high. Knowing that your life hangs this far between life and death. You know, you get those endorphins popping, that incredible feeling, that rush. Kind of like being on stage. It's definitely escapism. I never really experienced true Zen, but I'm hoping me and my Ducati will get there.
ESPN2, people who do.
Las Vegas has a 36-33 lead on the Charlotte Rage. The Rage at one time led the East Division because quarterback Michael Proctor was leading the team to a 5-2 start. He's down on the sideline. And Michael, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good tonight. I'm doing a lot of rehab on it, and it's getting a lot better.
General, how disappointing? Yeah, how disappointing is it for you? You had this club running away. You got a lot of talent here. The city was getting behind you, and all of a sudden the unfortunate injury.
Oh, definitely. I'm very disappointed. I mean, I was just coming into my own. I just got an MVP of the league against Arizona. I threw 350 yards, and it's just very unfortunate that things happened the way they did.
Can you come back if they win?
I'm planning on it.
Okay.
Well, best of luck to you, Michael.
Appreciate it.
Proctor led the team to a 5-2 start and to unbelievable upsets. They beat the conference champion Albany 51-49. They beat Orlando, who made it to the Arena Bowl last year, 41-38, and they beat defending champion Arizona 52-50 when Michael Proctor was their quarterback. Andy Kelly took over, and he has been 0-4, even though he has done a nice job. Here's a guy who came from the World League of American Football. So he played a preseason, a full season, and now another season.
Yes. In 3 different types of games, too, from college to the world to arena.
From the 5-yard line. Jeff Mays came into the game as the zoom man going in motion towards the line of scrimmage, but I believe there may have been a delay of game.
Might have been some contact, too. Might have been contact.
No, it's going to be against the defense. You were right.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Defense 71. Contact was made before the horn went off. 3-yard penalty. First down.
Until he's from New Orleans, he calls it the Harn, not the horn, the Harn.
Yeah, well, I tell you, Earl Bell at 350 pounds. I promise you, I'd run that play every play.
Kelly going deep. Junior Green. Great coverage from the secondary.
Yeah, great coverage of the balls on the wrong shoulder.
It was David Hollis. It's his first game this year with the Las Vegas Sting. Just being picked up.
Well, Hollis has played
only 2 practices.
Had an interception already, but I like the fact that Charlotte has shown some aggression. They will go deep. This is the first pure go route that Kelly's had a chance to throw. And as you watch it, I mean, it's just the way you want to cover it. But then if that ball's on the outside shoulder, the receiver has a chance. On the inside, it's no man's land.
2nd down and 7.